I would have to say that Black Ops 4 is probably the most fast-paced Call of Duty game we've ever played in history. I've had my rough past with this game. I've had a lot of complaints with Call of Duty Black Ops 4, I'm not going to lie. In its prime, I probably made tons of rants about what I hated with this video game, whether it was the specialists, maybe 150 health. It's a lot of things that really ticked me off and annoyed me and pushed me away from wanting to play Call of Duty Black Ops 4. But now when I come back and revisit this title after playing so much Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, it really makes me look at this game differently. All the things that I hated in the past, like the specialist and 150 health, it kind of gave me a new perspective of how these things made Call of Duty Black Ops 4 what it is today. Let's be honest, Black Ops 4 is probably the most fast-paced Call of Duty game we've ever played that's boots on the ground. I would say the speed levels probably go back to maybe, I'll say Modern Warfare 2019 is probably the slowest COD we've played, even though the movement's the fastest. There's just way too many factors in this game with no minimap, footsteps so loud, things like that makes the playstyle slow down a bit. And then after Modern Warfare 2019, the next up Call of Duty games are pretty fast, are probably, I would say, the Modern Warfare series, Modern Warfare 1 through 3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. I would probably say the Jetpack Call of Duty games are next up for the fastest CODs, but Black Ops 4 really topped the charts with how fast-paced a Call of Duty game can get. Like, seriously, me personally, I would consider Black Ops 4 being a more fast-paced game than any of the Jetpack CODs. Maybe not Infinite Warfare. I think Infinite Warfare was pretty fast-paced, but if we're going to compare it to games like Advanced Warfare, or if we're going to compare it to a game like Black Ops 3, I would say Black Ops 4 is more fast. Just because of the fact that you have 150 health, you have stim shots, and what 150 health does for you, even though, like I said, it's annoying back then to me, and all the times I had to dump endless clips into enemies, now that I revisit it, and I don't completely agree with 150 health. Don't take my word and say, JB thinks 150 health is amazing, but back then he said it was awful. This guy is such a scumbag. Get him out of here. No. I don't really care for 150 health. I'm going to give it props now because it definitely adds to the fast-paced experience of Black Ops 4, but if it's me personally, I think I would prefer to see 125, nice medium point in between the Modern Warfare, really fast time to kill and, this insanely slow time to kill in Black Ops 4. A nice middle point of 125, I think, would settle really nicely in Call of Duty. Who knows if we're ever going to see 125 health implemented into the video game? Only time can tell. But 150 health allows you to run away from engagements that you don't feel safe with. It helps you become a better player because obviously whoever has the better aim is going to win that gunfight. It's no more Modern Warfare 2019 stuff going on here where you die in 2 shots, you know what I'm saying? You actually have to outgun your enemy. You have to basically keep your sight on the enemy longer than they can keep their sight on you. So it definitely adds a skill gap into the video game, which I enjoy as well, especially coming as a PC player. Any PC player can just snap onto you and shoot you 2 times, get those lucky 2 shots, and then, the rest of their shots miss because they have horrible PC aim. But a good PC player will know how to track, they'll know how to land those shots, and in a game like Black Ops 4 where the health is 150, you can definitely see a skill gap between the bad players and the better players. And then the specialists. Specialists were something that I didn't care for too much back in the day. I thought that specialists were, I guess, really annoying, I guess is the best way I could put it. But if it's in the hands of a good player, it will really change the experience of this video game. Now, I know I complained a lot about dying from people using specialists. It was very annoying, I'm not going to lie. Dying from some random person who's going like 2-20, and one of those 2 kills was because he got a lucky kill with a scythe on me, always aggravated me, and it made me just get very annoyed. But what I didn't notice is that when you give someone a scythe, and they're a good player, it could really change the pacing of the video game, for the good player at least. If you give a scythe, I'm just going to say me. You're going to see my scythe gameplay in this gameplay right here. But it changes the whole, gameplay. Allows me to be more aggressive. I can push with the scythe. I can kill 6+ people. I could probably get all my score streaks while using one of these specialist abilities. It's fun. It's actually fun when it's in the hands of a good player. My problem is that they abused specialists. They added it way too much into the past Call of Duty games. We practically saw it with all of the Jetpack Call of Duty games. I think besides Advanced Warfare, the only one we didn't really see it in was World War II, and then we went straight back to Specialist in Black Ops 4. I think at this point, we were just tired of seeing it over and over again. I always think that they should space things out when it comes to Call of Duty. Like the Jetpack Call of Duty games. They gave it to us every single year. Back to back to back, 3 years straight. We're tired of it. We didn't want to deal with that anymore. And at a certain extent, well, in our minds now, we don't ever want to see it again. But if they spaced it out, we probably wouldn't mind it too much. Same thing with Specialists. They need to space it out just a little bit. They can't cram it into every single Call of Duty game we ever play. They need to give us time. They need to give us a break to relax, kick back, and just play something a little bit different. So we will start craving Specialists, or maybe we will revisit games like Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, see how Specialists play, and we'll be like, this kind of was fun. We will like to see Specialists return. But if they're going to cram it into every single game, it's going to get tiring, and nobody's going to want to play it. But Specialist and 150 health, including stim shots as well, have really added to the fast-paced playstyle of Black Ops 4. And I gotta say, this is the ultimate run-and-gun Call of Duty game I've ever seen. Like, going back to it, it just feels amazing to hop into this. Modern Warfare 2019, I hop into a TDM match. I'm sitting there topping the match with like 10, 15 kills, 20 if I'm a lucky guy that day. And usually I'll go to the time limit, and nobody's doing good. Everybody's just going, barely even. They're very boring matches, very boring and drawn out. Black Ops 4, I hop on. I'm sitting here in team deathmatch, dropping 50-plus kills. Just doing my thing, dishing out sauce. It feels good to be able to move around. It feels good to be able to navigate the map without worrying about people knowing exactly where I am from my loud footsteps. It feels good to have confidence when I engage in a gunfight because I have 150 health. I have the will to push up against the enemy because I know I'm not going to get melted in 2 shots. You know what I'm saying? I have the mindset that I am kind of like a bullet sponge. And they know they're a bullet sponge as well. Everybody in the game is a bullet sponge. So everybody's just pushing. Everybody's being aggressive. Everybody's hopping around. It's a very fast-paced styled video game. Now, if only they changed the time to kill just a little bit to 125 health, I think this would have been the perfect game. Honestly, if they just removed Specialist and they have 125 health, I think Black Ops 4 would have been phenomenal. But do we want to see it every single year? I gotta say no, because like I said, this game is special. It's one of a kind. It's a run-and-gun styled Call of Duty game. And we don't want to get tired of that style of video game. We don't want to get burnt out from that style. And a lot of people say that, they probably won't, but just look at us. I mean, we were all complaining back in Black Ops 4 when it was in its prime. We will get burnt out. It's going to happen. So they need to space it out. We need some different games in between. So I'm kind of happy, I'm not going to lie, that Modern Warfare 2019 was kind of a camp fest, It was definitely a change going from Black Ops 4 straight to Modern Warfare 2019. It was definitely a shock having to, make that transition from a very fast-paced game like this to a very slow-paced game like Modern Warfare 2019. But I think it's good because now our expectations are set low. Our standards are insanely low, actually. And after we slaved away for Call of Duty Modern Warfare for the whole year, it's going to be very refreshing and honestly very rewarding to play a video game that's more fast-paced. Now, I don't want them to go exactly to Black Ops 4, the pacing again. I think that they should probably hit up around a Black Ops 2 style pacing, where it's fast-paced, but it's not cracked out like Black Ops 4 is. That is kind of the definition of what, boots on the ground was really all about in Call of Duty, my personal opinion, was right around Black Ops 2. It had a good pacing, not too slow, but not way too fast as well. I had good gunplay as well. Time to kill was a little fast, but you dealt with it. It was a solid game. Now, if Call of Duty 2020 comes out, I would prefer to see a Black Ops 2 style pacing. And then maybe after that, if it's going to be made by Infinity Ward, I'm sure we're not going to have a cracked out Black Ops 4 style game again. So I'm assuming we're going to have maybe a Modern Warfare 2 or whatever they're going to title the next new franchise of the Modern Warfare series. But I'm assuming it's going to be another slow-paced style game. And if they don't make it slow-paced, then I'll probably be playing like Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3, which are also slow games. Not as slow as Modern Warfare 2019, obviously. It's definitely a difference. But they are slow games. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, you aren't sprinting around cracked out like you are in Black Ops 4. It's a more, it's a nice medium point for those style of games. So I wouldn't mind if Infinity Ward took that approach for the next game in 2021. But I'm hoping in COD 2022 we see another Black Ops 4 style game return. I think that's a good enough time. That's about 2, almost 3 years of different styled games approaching into the franchise that aren't cracked out fast paced. But I think that'll be cool to see a return of a game that's all about run and gun style. Run and gunning isn't a style for everybody, obviously. It's Call of Duty. You pay your $60, you're going to play the game that you want. You're going to play it exactly how you want to. And a lot of people like to camp, or a lot of people like to play more passive. And that's okay. You know, that's why Call of Duty caters to all those players in Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3, Call of Duty Ghost. It always caters to every playstyle. But Black Ops 4 was one of the first games that actually noticed the run and gun community. And it felt good, I'm not going to lie. Even though, like I said, I had my fair share of complaints about Call of Duty Black Ops 4. It still felt very nice to have a game that revolved around my personal playstyle. You guys know me. I'm a run and gunner. I love to push people. I love to be aggressive. I like to get as many kills as I can in matches. And Black Ops 4 did exactly that. You know, like I said, TDM games, I'm getting 50 plus kills in these. You know, you don't typically get 50 kills in TDM, not even in the past Call of Duty games. Like the whole Modern Warfare franchise, Black Ops franchise, you still get like the same amount of kills you would in Modern Warfare 2019. You know, 25, 30, maybe 35 kills in the TDM. That's just basic stuff. But Black Ops 4 just gave you this whole different level of fast-paced gameplay that, like I said, it catered to the run and gun crowd, which I myself am personally in. And it feels nice. It feels great to have a game that I could still revisit and just get that run and gun flow out. And like I said, it's not a game that I want to see every year. I don't want to be forced to have to play this style of video game every single time I touch Call of Duty. I think Call of Duty is so good because, like I said, it can relate to so many different play styles. Whether you can play passive, if you're aggressive, or if you're super run and gun and you push everything. Call of Duty usually can cater to all of those crowds in one video game. But Black Ops 4 doesn't do that. Just like how Modern Warfare 2019 doesn't cater to the run and gun crowd, Black Ops 4 doesn't really cater to the camping crowd. So both these games cater to one side over the other. I would like to see a return of a Call of Duty game that caters to everybody, but don't just completely push out the Black Ops 4 pacing just out of the picture, you know? Keep it there and keep it in mind for a future title. Maybe, like I said, Call of Duty 2022, that would be a good timing, I think, for another run and gun style. And I think a lot of the community would appreciate that. If you just polish it, maybe 125 health, no specialists, you got a really solid, fast-paced style Call of Duty game on your hands. But guys, that's really all I have to say about this commentary. I hope you all really enjoyed it. And make sure you go down into the comments section and let me know all of your personal opinions on Black Ops 4. Do you think it's a good game? Do you think it's a bad game? What's your personal opinions on it? Like I said, it's not the best game in the universe. I still think it has tons of flaws and tons of things that could be fixed on it. Like I said, all of my rants when this game was in its prime, I just made tons of rants on this game, complaining and, bitching about what's wrong with this title. It's a lot of things that need to be fixed. But do I appreciate them making a fast-paced Call of Duty game? Yes. I think it's really cool that they did focus 1 year of the Call of Duty cycle to the run and gun crowd. They just need to polish it. They need to fix a few things. And I think it's got plenty of potential, to be honest with you guys. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. If you had to go, dislike it. If you're brand new and you enjoyed what you heard, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. Also, if you want to chat with me or see what I'm talking about, you can follow me over on Twitter, @JbowenDaMan. And also, if you want to catch me live stream, I do that over on Twitch, @JbowenDaMan. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.